Nothing in this show should be considered legal, medical, financial, or investment advice. Information presented is from internet or other news sources. Always do your own research and due diligence. We're not responsible for and expressly disclaim all liability for damages of any kind arising out of use, reference to, or reliance on any information contained in this broadcast.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Welcome to Money and Change. Boy, it's been a long 3 weeks. And I'll tell you what, we're going to talk a little bit about the bug that's been going around. And that's why I haven't been able to do shows. So, we'll get into that. We've got a lot of information to cover tonight. And like I said, welcome to Money and Change right here on the Trim Radio Network. And we're every Sunday live at 7 p.m. So check us out, okay? Wow, it's been a crazy 3 weeks. And hopefully this stuff isn't going around like I got. But we're going to talk about that. Hey, a big shout out to the Trim Radio Network for carrying the show. And I know that Victoria's been working on a brand new website, which is fantastic. I've seen it. I love it. She's done a fantastic job. And so, you have to check out the Positude podcast and all the other shows that we have. They're great stuff. They really are. But a big shout out to the Trim Radio Network for carrying the show. Also, we'll get into the University of Findlay. They also have some new informational websites too. And that'll be later on the show. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about Rusty Duck's Custom Pens and Blanks. If you need a custom pen made or the center part, which is known as the blank, and you need design work done and so forth, check out Rusty Duck's Custom Pens and Blanks. You've seen me post different pictures of the different pens from I don't know how many years. He does an excellent job. Check him out. It's Phil over at Rusty Duck's Custom Pens and Blanks. Also, we have other shows that we also like to talk about. David Gilmore really got me involved in GMRS radios. Now, ham radio licenses take a lot of study, and they cost $35, but a GMRS radio license doesn't take any study. It's $35 for 10 years. It's an excellent thing to have. When the power goes out, the cell phones don't work, the GMRS radios do. I can talk 35 miles from where I live to a repeater in Dayton, Ohio, and that gets out another 90 miles. It's great because your family can use the radios on that one license. It's a good deal, trust me, or I wouldn't be telling you about it. Do not get them at Wally World, better known as Walmart or Costco, whatever. These are not cheap radios. This one was, I believe, is $140 some, but it's top notch. It's excellent radio, and I'll tell you what, I love it, and I can talk to a lot of different people at night with this. I mean, this is great for communication, especially different repeaters all around the area. It's great. Trust me. GMRS radios. You can get them at Better Safe Radios and other places too. This is an Ocean 935G Plus. Excellent radio. And there are all kinds of GMRS radios, but the Ocean is, for the most part, top of the line. I love it. It's excellent. Also, wow, a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Southern Prepper One, Dave Kobler, he's been talking about the economy and everything that's going on. And I've known Dave for almost 16 years. Fantastic person, and he's a straight shooter. He will not cover anything over. He'll tell you exactly like it is, and he's really good. Also, Rachel at Patriot Nurse, she's been putting out videos on YouTube, just like Dave, but hers are, some of it are a little political, some of it's medical too, about how to take care of yourself Maybe I should have seen some of that, some of those videos that she did on medical preparedness. It's a good deal. Also, Danny and Wanda King at Pecan Grove and down in Wiggins, Mississippi. Good people. They talk a lot about a lot of different things. Not only how to grow things, how life is in the South, how to garden in your upper years, you know what I mean? And also a lot of things with the economy. And Danny's very knowledgeable on that. So you want to check him out there. Oh, so much stuff. Oh my God, Jerry is in the room. Hi, Jerry. I hope everything's going well for you. And Jerry's a buddy. I've known him for eons, ever since high school. And he has GMRS radios too. He's also a ham radio operator. But I'll tell you what, he's a good guy. And he's a faithful follower, and I appreciate him watching the show. Hey, what else is going on? Oh my God. Yeah, let's get into it. You got to see the new website. I mean, our new website is fantastic. And they even added more buttons for me to have to work with. Oh my God, all these buttons. Really, it's not that bad. Hey, here we are. This is our new website. And I'll tell you what, you can take a look at the home, the company, the creators, the channels, the collectibles, and you can contact us. But there it is. And I'll tell you what, it's a good site. For example, you want to take a look at the company. We've got our story. If you click on that, it takes a little bit of time to load, but there's a lot of stuff there. Talks about us and so forth, family of creators and everybody involved. You want to check that out, please. Also, you can take a look at the leadership. Oh man, the leadership. Elevating voices and amplifying impact. Yeah. Oh, here we are. There's Michael Bejas. He's the founder and CEO, and the chief operating officer is Raskella Stefan. And of course, my mug is there, and then Victoria Smith. And she's the chief marketing officer, and she's done a really good job with this website. Really good. So you can take a look at all kinds of stuff, the creators, the company, the channels that we've got, and we can add to those channels. If you want to do your own show, contact us. All you have to do is give us your email address, your phone number, or cell phone number. Tell us what you want to do, and we'll get right back with you. Okay, our collectibles. Oh, if you want to shop. Wow. What's in the shop? Let's see. Oh, more stuff. Money and change. Oh, a T-shirt. We've got Life Walk with Christ God hats. We've got shirts. We've got mugs. I've got my own mug, the Money and Change travel mug with handle. Oh boy, that's good. We've got the Offsides black glossy mug. We've got morphing mugs. We've got Rascala's Red Pill Reality Show black glossy mug. We've got different types of hats, different types of shirts. Oh, and there's a second page. Maybe we'll have a third. We've got all kinds of stuff. Prim Creators Studio embroidered beanie. Maybe the glare on my forehead. Maybe I'll start wearing a beanie, I guess. Hey, a Trim Creators Studio rubber case for AirPods if you have AirPods. How about a women's fitted racerback tank top and the short sleeve unisex t-shirt with the bull? Check it out. Oh, we've got a lot of stuff going on. And of course, if you need to contact us, click on the contact us button. And if you do that, here we go. Our location's in Irmo, South Carolina, close to Columbia, South Carolina. You can call us. There it is. You can email us. And it tells our open time from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday and Sunday, we are closed. But if you send us an email, we will respond and get back to you. And that's the new site. I mean, it is really, really neat. Take some time and go check it out and watch video. I don't know. I haven't clicked on that yet. I'm going to have to. It could be about trimradio.com or who knows? Check it out. Okay. Wow. Let's go to the money and change page. Wow. I'll tell you what, if you go there, everything that we talk about on the show will be in the comments below. It sounds like a rhyme. Okay. It isn't. I'm just kidding. But I posted up here. Join me live at 7 p.m. tonight on trimradio.com. Okay. Tell your friends about us. Hit the like button on YouTube and Rumble. You can even do that on Facebook. And if you want to join our group, it's easy to do. Just send us an email. I'll get you in the group. And what are we going to cover tonight? Oh, a whole bunch of stuff. 21 states across the U.S. now reporting COVID razor throat variant. I don't think I had razor throat. Mine was just a coughing thing. Excellent news from Waffle House. And which countries invest the U.S. the most? And this is the income of family needs to be middle class by state and a bunch more. So everything I talk about tonight, you can just go ahead to Money and Change / Financially Prepped on Facebook and click on the articles. And you can watch the videos too that we talk about. But it's right there. It's easy to join. All you have to do, oh, I've got 3 requests. I'm going to have to go ahead and approve those after the show. I won't do them right now. I'll do them after the show because we've only got an hour for the show. But check out our Money and Change / Financially Prep page. Please check it out weekly because I'll tell you what, I will have all the stuff there, plus a lot of other videos and stuff that's going to be posted. And that's how we keep each other informed. That's the most important thing. Also, every Wednesday night live, I'm going to have My World. I'll be back on that for the first time in 3 weeks. And hopefully we can have some fun time there. I might talk a little bit about what's going on in the world, maybe as I see it, maybe the logical viewpoint of stuff. But generally, we're going to have fun there. It's a time to kick back, relax. You know, you bring your own snacks and your favorite beverage, and you sit back in that beanbag chair or the computer chair or lounge chair, or you just flop on the floor and have fun. That's what we want to do, is have a little bit of fun on Wednesday nights. So join us at 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Okay. Wow, what's going on? Well, like I said, I was a little bit under the weather for 3 weeks. And every time I went to cough, I'd cough more and more and more and more. And I tried ivermectin. And I thought that would work. Nope. It helped, but it didn't work. I finally had to go to Zithromax, a Z-Pack, and I went through about 2.5 packs of that to finally get over it. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't fun. And I didn't know if I had a flu or I was allergic to something because cottonwood is out now and I'm allergic to cottonwood. And a funny thing happened the other day. I was having lunch at my favorite restaurant locally, and I was at the Lighthouse, and I know everybody there, and they all know me, and we were cutting up and having a fun time. And a friend of mine walks in. Scott Phillips from the PBS American Wood Shop comes in with his wife Susie, and they sit down across from me. And we got talking. I mean, we've known each other for years. And he said, "This cottonwood is just killing me. It's out." He says, "I can't stand it. I'm allergic to it." And I said, "I've got the same allergy. If I get around cottonwood, I just can't breathe." And it's going around now here in Ohio. And so, you know, we have to kind of watch that stuff. But we had a good time at the restaurant, and we talked about a lot of different things. But I've known Scott for years. I've known the family for years. Great family, great fun, good friends. But here we're talking about this COVID, this razor throat variant. Now, see, I've got the cough now. I can't control it. If it happens, it happens. So I'm sorry, guys, but it's not contagious. But mine started in a visit to a nursing home to see a friend of mine. And we normally go out to lunch 4 or 5 days a week. And I've known him for years. And it's just one of those things. And he ended up going into the hospital, then the nursing home. So I thought, well, I was feeling good. I took my ivermectin and I went to the nursing home because anytime I go to a hospital or the doctor's office or nursing home, I always take a small ivermectin. And it, I think keeps the bug away. But anyhow, um, I did that and I was with him for about an hour. I walked outside and I was talking to some people. I felt fine, got in the car, went home. And the next thing I know, 2 days later, I have this crazy cough. It's constant. And you get the sinus drainage and everything that goes with that. And then it gets in the lungs and then you start coughing. It was a trip. It really was. And so now this stuff is out 21 states. And this was in Zero Hedge and authored by Jack Phillips of the Epoch Times. And it says at least 21 states are reporting COVID-19 variant, which spread across China earlier this year, according to newly updated data provided by a private company. And a map released by the Global Initiative on Sharing All Influenza Data, GSAID, shows 21 states in the United States are reporting COVID-19 variants NB181. That was as of Thursday afternoon. And you can see the map of it and so forth. But they said outside the United States, Chinese health officials said that in June that the NB181 was driving a wave of infections across the country. How did it get over here? Hmm? Do we have some visitors come in that had it? Who knows? But anyhow, due to the Chinese CCP history of covering up information and publishing unreliable data, according to this report, the COVID-19 infections and deaths and information provided by local doctors and health workers could provide more context about the situation on the ground in China. Well, the bug gets out. And so what do we do about it? Just like we did with the other, you weather the storm. You wash your hands when you finish at the doctor's office. You wash your hands after you get home from the nursing home. If you're around a lot of people and they're all wheezing and hacking and so forth, stay away. And I see people that constantly want to wear masks. Well, the masks don't do anything according to a lot of people. So just be careful. And if you want to take your vitamins, that would be a good thing. Vitamin C is good, vitamin D is good. But you use your own intelligence. Do your own research on that. If you want to take ivermectin, that's fine. If you want to take hydrochloroquine, that's fine. Do your own research and just be careful and be healthy. The more sunlight and fresh air you get is probably the best for you, unless there are cotton trees around. Okay. So just be careful on this. Wow. Oh, July 4th. Yes. July 4th. Did you guys have a good July 4th? Did you invite a lot of people over to eat? Did you go out and party or did you go to a restaurant or, what did you do July 4th? I know people stay up late tossing firecrackers outside and shooting off fireworks. In some cases, the fireworks here locally were better than what the city did. But it was interesting because fireworks were going off all over town and people were sending off some very seriously good stuff. I mean, some good stuff. Well, what did you spend for your 4th of July dinner if you had everybody over, your relatives, neighbors, whatever? Some people were saying you would spend for 10 people would be about $130. I don't know about that because I went out and ate. Um, it'd be cheaper than me having a whole bunch of people over and a bunch of wheezers and hackers, and you never know what bugs you get. I'm just being careful. That's all. But here's something that was in on today's consumer section. Listen to this.
Back with today's consumer, of course, 4th of July is this weekend, and this year's holiday cookout, unfortunately, could cost you a little bit more. Yeah, NBC's chief consumer investigative correspondent, Vicki Wayne, she's priced some cookout classics for us. She's going to help us save a few bucks this morning. Vic, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Always love your tips. I mean, so first of all, I guess just in broad terms, how much should we sort of expect to spend to have the gang over for a cookout this year?
So Wells Fargo does this analysis every year, Craig, through their Agri-Food Institute. They say this year for a 4th of July party for 10 people, expect to spend an average of $130. That's $13 a person. That is actually up 2.2% from last year. And the part that's taking the biggest bite out of your budget is the burgers. Meat prices up 7.4%. And that is in part because we have the lowest cattle herd levels that we've had since the 1950s. You see their barbecue sauce up 2%. Chicken breast, not too bad, 1%. Hot dogs, 0.5%. Good news, buns are down 1.5%. So it's holding steady, but the burgers will cost you more.
What about bones with sauce?
Bones with sauce. We'll get to that. Wait.
Okay. How about sides and desserts and things like that?
Yes. If you are making your grandma's old-fashioned potato salad, you're good. Spuds are only up 1%. When it comes to eggs, though, we are still seeing a major pinch at the grocery store, up 40% from this time last year.
No deviled eggs this week.
No deviled eggs. Cherry tomatoes up almost 4%. But the good news is if you're trying to get desserts that are prepared, like a pre-made apple pie or maybe ice cream, that's really only going to cost you about 1 to 1.5% more.
Can you go like Costco or somewhere? Is there a place you can go and get a break?
Listen, Aldi, if you have an Aldi near you, they have cut prices on more than 400 items, Carson, up to 33% off, including things like organic grass-fed ground beef. So that is a good place to shop. Stop and Shop is also doing a deal on ground beef. Like 3.5 pounds, you can buy it now for about $12. That's down $6. Save it, freeze it till next weekend, thaw it for 4th of July. If you don't want to cook, go to Kroger. They've got fried chicken, 8 pieces for $5.99. That's less than $1.
That can't be right.
That's bones with sauce for $8. $7.50 a person. If you're doing wings or bones with sauce, as Savannah calls it, you get the dressing, you get the celery, you get the carrots. Cost of $7.50 a person for the wings. So people like that. And also the crazy coupon lady says, watch for deals at California Pizza Kitchen, KFC, Baskin Robbins, and Burger King as well.
The wings are expensive.
Wait, quickly get to the grill because I feel like a lot of people this week have people coming over. Now's the time to get a new grill.
Absolutely, and most of them can be delivered by July 2nd if you are ordering now. So we checked Home Depot, Lowe's. The deals may vary based on your location, but at a Lowe's here in New Jersey, we found a grill, 6-burner propane. It's a cabinet-style Royal Gourmet. That is normally $659. It's on sale now for $399. That's a savings of $260. They've also got the basic Char-Broil Performance Grill down to $299 from $349. And by the way, if you need some extra chairs or umbrellas, Home Depot has them up to 40% off. Which
and by the way, just a good old-fashioned Weber grill. That's what we're using for our 4th of July cookouts. Second today, smash burgers, brats, good old-fashioned charcoal Weber.
No, you're a charcoal guy.
Can't beat it. Cannot beat it.
Guy.
I'm not. I've got the other fancy grill, but I hate it.
Really?
Yes.
You like to just do the briquettes?
It works.
Slowly.
You can do indirect heat. You can do anything with it. It's cheap.
Yes.
It's the way to go.
Thank you.
You're getting a lot of amens from Al over there.
Oh, yeah.
You like
It's just the way to go.
Yeah. Hey, look, if you want to do propane, no shade.
Right.
But it's faster. It is faster. It's cleaner. But you know what? Live fire. It's good. You're playing around with it. It's
Flavor.
really great.
Yeah, it's really great. I'll tell you what. Good old Al Roker. I remember his big days. But I'll tell you what, guys. When you take a look at grilling and so forth. I mean, you got to be careful on your temperatures. Remember, keep hot things hot and cold things cold. And by keeping things cold, I mean below 42 degrees, 40 degrees. And if you're going to have hot things hot, make sure it's over 155. And if you're reheating something, 165 is going to be the one that you want to hit. Because you don't want to get any sickness during the summer. Okay, being sick in the summer is no fun. Trust me, I went through 3 weeks of it. And it still isn't fun. Wow, what else we got going on? Let's see here what else. Well, gee whiz, falling prices. For the 4th of July cookout, they had a thing from Statista, and you can see here about the hamburger buns and the cheese and the ground beef, the chicken breast, the pork chops, the pork and beans, the chips, the potato salad, the ice cream, cookies, the strawberries or watermelon, or lemonade. I think a lot of people had more than lemonade. I think they either had iced tea, lemonade, or some adult beverage, if you know what I mean. Some people overdid it, especially when setting off fireworks 4th of July. But you know, you spend an average of about $13 per person. And if people are bringing things, the price is going to be farther down. But you have to watch what you're serving. And if you're going to make potato salad and it's got egg in it and it's got mayonnaise and it sits out in the hot sun, somebody's going to get sick. So you have to watch out for stuff like that. But anyhow, that's from Statista. And you can see that price there. You can find it on our website. And we've got that. Wow. Watching your wallet. Hey, there's been a rash of people trying to skim money or scam you. You know, I get about 5 calls a week, people trying to scam me. And I try to scam them right back. They say, oh, you have a property at XYZ Street. And yes, I do. Do you want to sell it? Yeah, opening bid is $3 million. Click. I love that. And then they call back later on, and maybe it might be a different person, but the same type of deal. And they'll say, well, what do you want for the property? Well, it used to go for $3 million, but I think it's $4 million now. Click. And then I don't get a call for a month. Or you get other types of scam calls. People are going after your wallet. They want your money. Whether or not they're in a foreign country, like Nigeria is good for some of the pranks. Other countries are good. Anytime you get a phone call and there isn't anything, then a click, and then this voice comes on, you know that you're going to get scammed. Well, you have to watch your wallet, because now that money's a little bit tighter, people are going to try to scam you out of the money in your wallet, no matter which way, any way that they can do it. So listen to this.
Of Americans have now been exposed to cyber threats, and the study finds a majority of adults are not taking simple steps to protect themselves. In this Watching Your Wallet, your consumer reporter Cassidy Williams explains what you need to know so you can protect your information.
You're scrolling social media and a fun quiz pops up. Maybe it's to find out what actor would play you in a movie, or find out what kind of dog breed you are. But behind that quiz are often scammers looking to find a way in.
Yeah, the quizzes are fun, right? But could they possibly be being used to extract information from you that could allow them to target a specific scam that will work on you? Could it be information that you're sharing that maybe leads to breaking your passwords? It's too risky, sadly.
Kathy Stokes is the director of fraud prevention with AARP. AARP conducted a national survey of adults of all ages to judge their awareness of scams. Their report estimates 276 million adults were exposed to cyber threats by downloading unverified apps or taking social media quizzes. And the study found 64% of adults use the same password for multiple accounts, which makes them easier targets.
The biggest problem we have as a society here is passwords. They're hard, but we have to use a unique and a strong password for all of our accounts, so we shortcut it. But we're really putting ourselves at risk. So our recommendation is to do a little bit of research and invest in a password manager app that does all of the hard work for you and then encrypts all of those passwords, and you only have to remember one to have access to them.
Stokes also recommends turning on multi-factor authentication whenever you can. That's where, in addition to a password, you have to get a text or phone call to log in. Over the years of AARP asking people these questions, they are finding fewer people are taking these simple steps every year.
Fewer people seem to be doing it, and it might be that suggestion that, oh my God, why should I even bother? It's so hard. But we need to get past that and do the things that we can do to protect ourselves and to talk. We have to talk about this.
The study also found 64% of adults do not use VPNs when using public Wi-Fi. VPNs are virtual private networks that protect your data when using public internet. Stokes says if you don't know how to use a VPN, it's probably best if you stay off public Wi-Fi altogether. Your consumer reporter, Cassidy Williams, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Hey, and there you've seen it. I'll tell you what. Passwords, 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 passwords. I have a book and I write every password down. Every time I have to redo a password to change it, I update my list. I don't use the password manager yet because I don't trust the password managers. They might be okay, they may not be okay. So I write them down in a special book that I have. And, I watch people trying to scam other people. So you have to be careful with your wallet. You have to be careful with your money. Usually when I go out and I buy things, I pay in cash. I don't like to put it on the credit card unless it's a big amount. And then I want to pay that off very quickly because I don't like to pay interest. Interest kills. Okay? And if you have to pay interest, then pay it off in 2 payments, but don't drag it out more than that. That's not good. Well, what else is on the agenda here? Let's see. Oh, yeah, JP Morgan, 3 reasons why the US dollar is losing value. That's why things are costing more. That's basically why you have inflation. Let's listen to these guys. If we have sound.
Is a strong dollar policy, or whether that policy, a long-term policy of strong dollar support, has shifted to something else?
I'm not sure why that is in the market. The price of the dollar has nothing to do with a strong dollar policy. Current currencies move up and down based on a variety of factors, but a strong dollar policy means several things. One is what is the dollar strong against, or is another currency stronger, higher in price at the moment? That doesn't have anything to do with a strong dollar policy. The strong dollar policy is, are we doing the things over the long term to ensure that the U.S. dollar remains the reserve currency of the world? And we are. We are setting the stage for economic growth. We are constraining inflation. We are making the United States the best destination for global capital. And I think that's going to continue to happen. I think, as I said, many times over since World War II, the demise of the dollar as reserve currency has been predicted. Mm-hmm. And I think once again, the skeptic is going to be wrong. But there is no change in policy.
Yep, that's right. And you take a look at what we've spent. over the years. Remember, $50 back in the 1950s, I believe, would get you a full shopping cart full of food for the family. And that would be for maybe the month or at least 2 weeks. Then later on, it was $100 gets you a basket of groceries in the grocery store. Now look at it. Some people, I go to Wally World, Walmart, and they take out their plastic and they go ahead and they might have $300 worth of food in the cart. They put it on the card. Do they pay it off right away? I don't know. I don't judge their finances, but I'm going to tell you this. If they're just paying the interest, it's going to kill you. And I see people doing that. They're just paying on the interest and everything's building up and building up and building up. It's not good. Pay with cash. It's the best way to do it. And that's my suggestion. You can take it for what you want to do. Or else you want to put it on a credit card when the bill comes due, pay it off. Don't let it linger. What else is going on here? So much stuff out there. Which country invests the most in the US? Here's a neat chart. European Union, $140 billion. That's about 45% of direct investment. Japan, $40 billion. Other emerging markets, $40 billion. Canada, $39 billion. United Kingdom is $36 billion. And British Caribbean is about $6 billion. South Korea is about $4 billion. And, you take a look at China. We buy things from China. They don't really invest that much here. And in Dayton's case, they have a glass factory there, Fuyao. Put a big glass manufacturing factory for automobiles. But those are the people that invest the most in America. I thought that was a neat chart to see. Hey, University of Findlay. Oh my goodness. I said we were going to talk about different things. Well, anyhow, hey, their big thing is that they're located in Findlay, Ohio. It's an all-American town. The University of Findlay is a great place. You've heard me talk about that. Great professors, great students, great facilities, and a fantastic Dr. Kathy Fell, who's the president of the university. And you can take a look at everything here. 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, 3,200 plus students on campus, 32 states, 51 countries. Okay. Ohio's 10 most affordable colleges, the best Midwestern colleges in 2025. Best colleges in America, according to Money Magazine in 2024. So you want to check them out. It's a good school. Not just because I went there. It's a good school. I would recommend other schools that I went to. My God, I went to 6. And the University of Findlay is number 1. Number 2 would be Xavier University, and number 3 would be Ohio University. I really like those schools. They're good schools. And learning is mandatory. I mean, you don't play around at these schools, trust me. Anyhow, check them out. University of Findlay, www.findlay.edu. Hey, the big, beautiful bill, what's in it? President Trump says, well, you got to pass the big, beautiful bill. And everybody had a chance to read it and so forth. They had a lot of stuff in there, but what's really in it? And a lot of things are really good. I mean, some of it, they're stopping fraud and scams, okay, which you need to do. And I can understand that. So if somebody's scamming the system, they won't be scamming the system once everything gets enacted here. Tax relief for most seniors, and the bill includes a provision that eliminates federal income taxes on Social Security benefits. Hey, we paid into that to begin with, so we ought not to be paying taxes on Social Security. Enhanced deductions. The bill also includes enhancement standard deductions for age 65 and older, further reducing their taxable income. Impact on insolvency. Not all benefits or beneficiaries benefit. And there's political controversy and so forth with it. But I'll tell you what, the big beautiful bill, it's about time somebody has done something. The politicians, in my view, and my view only, have been dragging their feet for probably 50 years at doing things. And it's time that we get everything taken care of. If something is going on that's illegal, stop it. If somebody's scamming the system, stop it. If there's going to be a vote, it has to be American citizens only. Other countries should not get involved in our internal politics. So much for my political statement. You guys can take a look at the big beautiful bill. You can Google it. You can take a look at AI and talk about that. Excellent news. How many of you go to Waffle House? Well, they eliminated the surcharge on eggs. Well, you know, they had to kill off a bunch of chickens because of supposed flu. And so you get a new batch of chickens and they start growing and growing, and now they're laying eggs. Okay, so that's what's going on with Waffle House. You know, some restaurants I went to, they said we have to charge 50 cents extra per egg. Well, that's fine. I really don't eat eggs. I have kind of an allergy to that. So that didn't really bother me. But a lot of people, you know, they just accepted paying 50 cents more for eggs. And now you don't have to do that. So you'll save money there. Wow. Here's what it is to be middle class by state. This is the income a family needs to be middle class by state. Now, this is a family. And across the United States, what qualifies middle class varies widely depending on where you live. And here's a map from visual capitalist Bruno Venditti. And it breaks down the median household income for each state, revealing sharp contrasts in earning power. And it provides a snapshot of where families may feel more or less financially secure based on local income benchmarks. Now, here in Ohio, $62,000 is middle class. Indiana, a little bit more expensive, $63,000. Illinois takes $72,000. Up in Wisconsin, $67,000. Michigan, $63,000. That's just in my immediate area. Take a look at Kentucky, $56,000. Tennessee is $60,000. Alabama, $54,000. Mississippi, wow, $49,000 to be middle class. But then you go out to California, you take a look at the liberal state of California, it takes $85,000 a year to be middle class. $84,000 up in Washington, and in Oregon, it's $72,000. Now, Nevada, it's $66,000. And Arizona's $69,000. Look at Alaska. Wow, $78,000 a year. And the highest three states are, and Washington, D.C. is a district. It's not a state, but that's $90,000 to be middle class. Maryland is $90,000. Massachusetts is $90,000. While the lowest states, Mississippi, $49,000, West Virginia, $51,000, and Arkansas is $53,000. just to be middle class. So where do you live? Are you middle class? Because I'll tell you what, it's getting to be more and more expensive to be middle class, isn't it? It seems like they want to get rid of the middle classes, either the ones that have the money or the ones that don't. Strange, isn't it? Hey, what kind of car do you have? Because the cars that are most stolen are listed here. And these are the most stolen cars in every U.S. state. Car theft is widespread issue driven by factors like demand for parts and organized criminal activity. And I'll tell you what, I was on I-75 headed towards Dayton, Ohio, excuse me, and a car flew by me driving down the median. And I mean, he was doing in probably excess of 90 miles an hour. And about 15 seconds later, on the far left-hand side, is a state trooper looking for that guy. He stole a car. And I guess the car was stolen up north of Sydney, Ohio, off of I-75. And this guy was flying, and so the state cop was trying to catch up with him. I don't know if he ever did. But they like to go after certain cars. And that's as closest to car theft as I've been. I don't want to get any closer on the interstate because I'll tell you what, the drivers on I-75, sometimes I want to take the back roads because I-75 can be terrible, especially around Dayton, Ohio, in construction. But the number of states, we have 21 states where Hyundai Elantra likes to be stolen. And this is in 2024. Chevrolet Silverados, 9 states. Ford 150s, 6 states. Honda Accord, 4 states. Jeep Grand Cherokees, 2 states. Honda Civic, 2 states. Toyota Camry, 1. A Kia Soul. I don't know very many people that have Souls. Well, they have Souls, but they don't have Kia Souls, I'll put it that way. Then they have the Hyundai Sonata. I had a Sonata. It was a nice car. I really liked it. But anymore, people like to steal them. Bad security systems in some of the Kias and the Hyundais. GMC Savannah, Honda CRVs, Nissan Maxima. Now that's a nice car. It's loaded. Subaru Forester. But look at the number of thefts in California: 6,248. Texas, 6,453. Are they going across the border with them? Who knows? You take a look at Wyoming. Car thefts in Wyoming are 19. Can you believe that? Go down to Florida, 1,074. You take a look at Pennsylvania, 1,081. Here in Ohio is 1,351 cars are stolen. And where they end up going, I don't know, but it's out there. Do you have safety features on your car to prevent theft? Sometimes they have the thing called the club, and you put it on the steering wheel, and then the thieves figure out how to cut the steering wheel, throw away the club, and steal the car. In some cities, they tell you just leave your car unlocked and take your valuables out of the car. Whatever happened to the old West days? You know, they catch a horse thief, they took care of it. Maybe they need to start doing that with car thieves. Who knows? But that's interesting statistics there. Keep your car locked, keep the valuables out of it, and keep it under light or in your garage locked up. I do. Well, last thing here for the day. What do we have here? What's the title of this? How to protect your money in times of economic risk. That seems like that's today, isn't it? Listen to this one.
And geopolitical risk keeps Wall Street on its toes. For more on ways to mitigate investing risk, let's get to Yahoo Finance's senior columnist, Carrie Hannan, joins us now with a closer look. Carrie.
Well, great to be here. The message is really what we hear all the time when we have this sort of edginess about what should we be doing with these geopolitical events or other things that are happening within the economy, and it's stay the course. You need to stay invested. You can make strategic adjustments, but the real focus needs to be on what are your goals? Where are you going? No rash moves. It's impossible, you know this very well, to time the market to sell and get back in at the right time. So particularly for people who are saving for retirement, it's very important to, think of the long term. Realize that when you're investing in your retirement plans through your employer, you are buying when the markets have tanked. You are buying when the markets are doing great. So it all seems to even out over time. So it's a matter of, taking a breath and giving yourself a bit of a time out to not react emotionally when you hear these things. The other piece that actually helps a lot, so it's having the long-term thing, understanding that you can rebalance regularly. It's important to take a look at, are your asset allocations where you want them to be for your time horizon, for the amount of risk you're willing to take. There are variables there. And the truth is, back to those employer-provided retirement plans, many, many people are in target date funds now, target retirement date. These funds automatically are rebalancing for you all the time between equities and fixed income and bonds. So I think that you need to realize that there is some calming forces out there. The final thing is cash can be cool, okay? Having a cash comfort zone. I personally find it very reassuring when things get a little crazy to know that, in fact, I do have some cash set aside that I can weather, whether there's, the market goes down, whether, layoffs are in the future, whatever it might be, a recession. If you have some cash holdings, it will really bring you some peace of mind.
Thank you, Carrie. Always good to see you.
Yep. And like I've told people, 5 things, or actually more than 5, but pay down your debt. Put some money aside. Buy some long-term food, canned goods, canned meats. Keystone meats are good canned meats too. Make sure you have a good first aid kit. Make sure you can purify and store water, at least 3 gallons per person per day in an emergency. Make sure that you have those blue tarps for your roof if things get nasty and you have a hole in your roof and a leak and it needs to get fixed. Blue tarps come in handy. Make sure you have the clothing for the season. Make sure you make plans for your air conditioning goes out. Can you get it fixed? How much is it going to cost you? Do the basics. Build up a to-go bag just in case you have to make an emergency trip. Make sure you have things there. Make sure you have batteries for your flashlights. Make sure you have your GMRS radios charged up. I've been doing that today. It's like a once a week thing. I charge them all up. Just in case. But that's what you need to do. The biggest thing is don't live beyond your means. You don't need Netflix all the time. You don't need a lot of fancy stuff. Instead of paying for cable, put up an antenna. You can save a lot of money that way too. That's all I've got this week for everybody, and I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be healthier again, and I hope you listen to the show often. And I hope you get a lot of information out of the show. And like I said, go to our websites. Go to the Trim Radio website and take a look at the new setup. Also, take a look at our Facebook page, Money and Change Slice Financially Prepped. And with that, guys, that's all I've got. Have a good week. We will see you on Wednesday at My World. We'll have a little bit of fun. See you then. Have a good one.